After 40 turbulent years away, Iraq finally find themselves back at a FIFA World Cup. Despite an incredibly tough group, they will be hoping to put the nation in the headlines for the right reasons. Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself, Charlie. A reminder before the video starts to please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Yes, next up in Group I, it is the Lions of Mesopotamia. Of course, Iraq, who, like I say, are back after 40 years away from the World Cup. They last played in 1986, ironically enough, also in Mexico. And this time around, they are in a group featuring France, Senegal and Norway. Before I talk about the opponents, I think it's important to just sort of praise this Iraq team, because Iraq is a country that, as we know, especially in the Western world, has been in the headlines for the wrong reasons quite often in the last 20 years, certainly in my lifetime. The majority of the time, it's been a country that I've associated with massively negative connotations, you know, war and dictatorships and everything else. To see Iraq on a world football stage and a World Cup stage is absolutely brilliant, and I think is something that deserves bigging up as much as it can and applauding, because it's something that is exactly what the World Cup should be about exactly what sport should be about. It should be a time for nations to escape what's going on in the world. They were the last team actually to book their ticket to the World Cup. They won the Intercontinental Playoff up against Bolivia. They beat them 2-1. This was after, of course, beating the UAE over a two-legged playoff. Of course, Asian qualifying can be quite long-winded. They won 11 of 18 qualifiers. Then, like I say, they played the UAE in a two-legged playoff to see who would then go through to the Intercontinental Playoff. They beat the UAE before then going on and beating Bolivia in incredible circumstances in Mexico, where the scenes were just incredible at the end of the game. Fans in tears, players piled on each other, and Graham Arnold, who I'm going to talk about in a minute, was armchaired. Their coach is, like I say, Graham Arnold, the experienced Australian, who actually managed Australia at the last World Cup in 2022 and got them through to the round of 16 against many people's judgment. He's a guy who seems to be able to get something out of teams better than the sum of their parts. And he's definitely going to have to do that with this Iraq side. While there is some players who are based in Sweden and England as well, of course, players like Zidane Iqbal and Ali Al-Hamadi, they are a side that perhaps do lack depth in this tournament, and a side that will have to probably play a lot of the time, especially in the three teams they're against, on the counter-attack. Arnold won't mind that too much. He relies on this team being defensively organised and counter-attacking. And with players like Al-Hamadi, but also Mohanan Ali, who is definitely Iraq's talisman up front, they are going to be hoping that they can nab maybe one or two results. It is going to be very difficult in this group. I think we're under no illusions about that. I did say earlier on, actually, that I thought the Dutch group was the group of death, but I think this one might actually top it. To be honest with you, I think this is a really hard group when you look at who's in it, with France, Senegal and Norway. And for Iraq, that is a tall order. But, like I say, Arnold has got the best out of bad situation before. Nobody thought, or I didn't think anyway, Australia would get out of the group with France and Denmark last time round, and also Tunisia. They were the outsiders. They managed to get themselves through. He won't mind that tag, and that's sort of the Australian mentality that I think he's brought in to this Iraq side. And the main thing is, as well, is having this Iraqi side on this stage, global stage, is a reminder of the power that, like I say, sport has in terms of putting positive spins on otherwise sometimes negative connotations, which is a real shame and something that is quite sad. Hopefully they can do that, and hopefully people will walk away with this tournament remembering Iraq for the good reasons. Although, despite they are now as well another nation that are facing some visa issues ahead of the tournament. But I mean, I'm going to do a separate video on all what the tournament going up to it anyway, because it's just a joke, the treatment that some of these nations are receiving. As always, guys, let us know what you think. Please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. And as always, have a great day.